The best way to predict how a candidate will perform on the job is by simulating job-relevant experiences as part of your pre-hire assessments. Now, in the past, it was really hard to evaluate skills that didn't produce some sort of binary yes or no, right or wrong response. But thanks to AI, we are now able to simulate other workplace experiences that have a bit more nuance to them while scoring and evaluating them in the background. Let's take a look at a couple of simulations powered by AI that are able to give you a stronger signal of skill. The first one we're going to look at today is a conversation simulation. Now, in this example, I'm going to play the role of a customer success manager who's working with Ryan, my AI partner who is an upset client having problems with their system. Let's go ahead and get started.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hi, Ryan. Yes, I can.
Good. I'll get straight to the point. I really don't have time for this. Can you solve our problems, or are we going to have to go to a different vendor?
Ryan, yes, absolutely. I am here to solve your problem. Let's go ahead and dig into this. Now, I understand that you've been losing tickets in our system. Can you please tell me when this event started happening? I'd like to pinpoint if there's something that happened on our side or maybe some changes in the system that would have triggered this.
This isn't new. It's been happening for at least 2 months, maybe longer. Look, I don't need you to investigate while we keep dropping the ball with our customers. Tickets disappear daily. My team wastes hours retracking conversations, apologizing to angry customers, and double-handling issues just because your platform can't keep track. I need an immediate fix, not a history lesson. What are you actually going to do right now to keep us operating?
For the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and end the conversation there. But you can see that Ryan is a tough cookie, and this conversation flows just as it would in a normal workplace situation, with a dynamic back and forth that's not scripted, but based on the conversation that we have. Let's take a look at another example. Now, if you work in a finance analyst or a business analyst type role, you are living in spreadsheets day in and day out. We're able to simulate that too. And not only are we able to look at hard-coded data that you're analyzing and numbers you're crunching, we're able to evaluate how well you're able to present and analyze that data too, whether it's through charts or graphs or other written analyses. Speaking of written analyses, we can simulate that as well. In this example, we're looking at it through the lens of a product manager who's submitting a technical proposal for a system. We're able to build out a full proposal within CodeSignal itself, typing as we would in any sort of standard platform. Hello. Now, what's going to happen in the background is CodeSignal is going to analyze this submission against a strictly defined rubric and see how well it matches up to the requirements of your role and your job. Now, one final simulation that we're going to take a look at today is a very popular one. We know that about 80% of engineers are using AI copilots on the job as part of their day-to-day work. Well, we can empower your team with an AI copilot in CodeSignal as well. Here's a sample submission of a candidate working on a coding problem in CodeSignal. This is a front-end problem specifically. You can see on the left here, this candidate has a fully integrated coding assistant called Cosmo. They're able to ask questions like, where should I start? Can you remind me what this component is? Can you develop code for me? And then they're able to work in the system accordingly. Now, if you didn't want your candidates to have full access to a copilot, we can limit the capability of this AI assistant to just provide documentation and syntax support as well. And those are just a few examples of how AI is better simulating workplace experiences to give you a stronger signal of candidate skill.